What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Bobby's Big Board. Today, we're wrapping up our post-draft rookie rankings with the tight ends. While the class isn't as deep as some others, there are still a few names that could become real difference makers in Dynasty leagues. I'm going to go tier by tier, breaking down where each tight end landed, how I feel about their fit, and what it means for your rookie drafts. Let's dive right into it. Kicking off the F tier is Gavin Bartholomew out of Pitt, landing with the Vikings in the 6th round. Outside of having one of the cooler names in this class, he brings intriguing size and some solid athleticism, and looks like a bet on special teams with some value on the developmental upside. With TJ Hawkinson locked in as the clear tight end 1, Bartholomew will likely be used sparingly in certain packages or rotational snaps. His production upside is very limited, and the path to fantasy relevance is extremely narrow, barring injury. I'd only consider taking him in the 4th round of rookie drafts, if at all. Kicking off the D tier is Mitchell Evans out of Notre Dame, landing with the Panthers in the 5th round. Evans brings solid size and good jump ball ability, but I see him starting out primarily as a blocking tight end at the next level. JT Sanders looked strong down the stretch last season and is likely the starter for the time being, which limits Evans' immediate path to production. Add in a crowded wide receiver room that will already be demanding targets. It's tough to get excited about his fantasy upside. If you believe he can carve out a role, he's worth a shot maybe in the mid-4th round of your rookie drafts, but expectations should totally be tempered. Kicking off my C tier is Gunnar Helm out of Texas, landing with the Titans in the 4th round. I think this is a very similar situation to Mitchell Evans. Helm profiles primarily as a blocking tight end who offers solid size and some jump ball ability. However, he sits behind Chig Okonkwo as the primary receiving option at tight end, which definitely caps his upside. I rank him slightly ahead of Evans due to better production in college and the Titans' less crowded wide receiver room, which could give him a better chance at some early involvement. Still, he's more of a mid-4th round dart throw in rookie drafts at best. Next up in my C tier is a player I was extremely low on pre-draft but got strong draft capital, and that's Mason Taylor out of LSU, going to the Jets early in the 2nd round. Out of the 200 plus players I scouted in this class, Mason Taylor had the lowest grade out of anyone. On film, he was an average receiving tight end, but nothing that stood out, and as a blocker, he was by far the worst in the class, even worse than most running backs. He often hurt his offense more than he helped with his blocking. That being said, I can't rank him any lower because early 2nd round draft capital means he'll likely see starting reps right away. I personally don't understand this pick at all, considering there were much better tight ends in my opinion available at that point. I think he's worth a late 3rd though, but more than likely I will not be drafting him at all anyways. At the bottom of my B tier, we have another player I wasn't super high on pre-draft, but who landed in solid draft capital. Royo out of Miami, taken by the Seahawks in the 2nd round. I thought Royo was a decent receiving tight end, but a lot of his production came off busted coverages, and his athleticism and speed looked underwhelming on tape. I do rank him above Mason Taylor because I like Royo better as a blocker and overall receiving threat. He has good size for the position and could push to start over Noah Fant by mid-season. Even though the quarterback play with Sam Darnold and Drew Lock isn't great right now, I wouldn't draft him any earlier than the mid-3rd round unless you really believe in the upside. Next up in my B tier, we have Aron Gadston II out of Syracuse, landing with the Chargers in the 5th round. I was pretty high on Gadston as a prospect because of his size, reliable hands, and strong production profile at Syracuse. He's likely only behind Will Dissly on the depth chart and could earn the starting role with a strong training camp and preseason. I will say the late draft capital hurts him a little bit. 5th round tight ends historically don't hit often, and the Chargers' new run-heavy offense could have him inline blocking more than we'd like for fantasy upside. Still, if you're needy at tight end, I think he's worth an early 3rd round rookie pick, and even a late 2nd if you're desperate at that position. Kicking off my A tier, we have Terrence Ferguson out of Oregon, landing with the Rams in the second round. I liked Ferguson's speed and overall athleticism coming out, but I did have some concerns about his route running polish and his up and down production profile. That said, the draft capital here is elite for a tight end, and with Tyler Higbee getting older and recovering from injury, I'd expect Ferguson to push for the starting role as soon as year one. The Rams do like to lean on their run game with Kyren Williams, but Ferguson's speed and athletic upside could make him a valuable receiving weapon for Stafford and eventually their next quarterback. He's probably worth a mid to late second round rookie pick depending on how badly you need a tight end and if it's a tight end premium league. Up next at the top of my A tier, we've got Fannon Jr. out of Bowling Green, landing with the Browns in the third round. I actually expected Fannon to go a bit higher on draft day, but this is still a solid spot for him. He is my tight end 2 pre-draft thanks to his elite production, yak ability, and incredibly reliable hands. To put it in perspective, he led all pass catchers, including wide receivers, in both catches and yards last season. That's absolutely unheard of for a tight end. Cleveland has a long history of using their tight ends, and while David Njoku has been solid, his age and injury history opens the door for Fannon to take over sooner rather than later. I wouldn't be shocked if he earns a starting role by the end of his rookie season. If you believe in the upside, he's well worth a mid-second round pick in your rookie drafts. Kicking off my S tier is the first tight end off the board in the NFL draft, Coloulston Lovelin out of Michigan, landing with the Bears at the 10th overall pick. Now, this pick honestly confused me a lot. The Bears already have Cole Kmet at tight end and a stacked wide receiver room featuring DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and their second round pick Luther Burden III. That's a lot of mouths to feed, and it makes me nervous about Lovelin's early fantasy production. That's actually why, despite the elite draft capital, he's not my tight end 1 in this class. Lovelin was my tight end 3 pre-draft. That said, I still loved his profile. He's got ideal size, strong athleticism, and he's arguably the most balanced tight end in the class. He can block, run routes, and be a reliable red zone threat. He's built for long-term success, even if the short-term production might be capped a little bit. If you're thin at tight end or building for the future, Lovelin is absolutely worth a late first-round pick in rookie drafts. The ceiling is there, it just probably is going to take a little bit of patience. At the top of my S tier and my overall tight end 1 of this class, we have Tyler Warren out of Penn State, landing with the Colts at 14th overall. This landing spot feels a little weird at first glance, mainly because of the quarterback situation. Anthony Richardson has struggled with short area accuracy, and Daniel Jones doesn't exactly have a history of heavily targeting his tight ends. But here's the thing, I don't believe the Colts would spend a top 15 pick on a tight end just to underutilize him. Shane Steichen is one of the more creative offensive minds in football, and I fully expect Warren to be a huge part of the Colts' offensive game plan right away. He has elite upside with his size, his yards after catch ability, and his overall versatility. Penn State lined him up everywhere. QB, H-back, inline, out wide. It really doesn't matter where he plays. He's going to be a mismatch nightmare. Given his talent, draft capital, and likely usage, I would take Tyler Warren as early as the mid-first round in rookie drafts, especially in tight end premium leagues. He has a legitimate top 10 NFL tight end upside right out of the gate. Alright guys, that wraps up my post-draft rookie tight end rankings. As always, thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure you drop a like, subscribe for more Dynasty and Fantasy Football content, and don't forget to join the Bobby's Big Board Discord. Link is down below. Let me know in the comments who your favorite sleeper tight end this year is, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Hey.